Well, good morning everybody. Hope you're all okay. I thought we'd have a change of scenery today. I've come to the other side of the living room. It's raining outside and I'm so grateful. I never thought I'd be happy to see the rain, but I certainly am today. It'll save me watering later. I've woke up this morning and it seems that I've got 1,000 subscribers. So I hope it doesn't go back down, because sometimes it does. But I'm very grateful. I never thought it would go up to that number. The reason I did this first off was so that it gave a record of what I do and who I am, for my friends and family, should anything happen. You know, because I wish I'd got this with my mum on, you know, but or my dad or my grandma, anybody really that's passed away. I think it's a good thing. So that's why I started to do things like this, and then I put it out to the public. I can't remember how long I've been doing it. It's been a while, and I can remember running downstairs. I was upstairs and I said to my husband, "Oh, there's 2 people have watched it," and I was so, you know, I thought I was going to lay an egg. I was so excited, but yeah, you never know, do you, how life's going to take you. And this has been a lovely journey for me, because I watch quite a few people on YouTube as well, and you know, I've made some lovely friends that way, and I feel that a lot of you are friends, even though I've never met you. It doesn't matter, does it? I think you can bond even if you don't meet people, and I think I've certainly bonded to some of the people that watch, you know, because you leave comments and I learn things about you, and it's people from all over the place, all over the British Isles, which I absolutely love, because I think it's lovely when we all are together. We're all very different and we're all very independent, as little kingdoms, should I say, but we're all the same as well, and I love that. You know, I would hate to think that we'd break up, and it's nothing to do with power as being English. It's just I love that feeling of togetherness, and I also love the fact that people from overseas get in touch as well. I have people from Canada and America, and I just love it. You know, it really is like hands across the sea, and we are very similar. But it's not surprising, is it? Because a lot of people that live in these places came from, you know, England and Ireland, Scotland, Wales, France, Germany, Holland, and moved over. So it's not surprising that we've got similar traditions, you know, and I can certainly see that. And some of the people that I watch or who comment, I often think to myself, well, you're just like us, aren't you, really? It's nice to have some good vibes about things, and I forget who it was now, and I'm ever so sorry. I'm not very good at keeping names in my head. But I had a comment from a subscriber, and she was saying that she'd been to the cancer research shop in Sheffield, and she'd bought 1 or 2 things, and she was going to pay for it. There was a man stood next to her, and he paid for it all and went. She never got a chance to thank him, and the people in the shop said that he very often does that. You know, he'll randomly pay for people's shopping, and you just think, what a lovely, kind thing to do. So little stories like that, they're uplifting, aren't they? And it makes you feel more comfortable with your fellow man or woman, should I say. It just does. And it's not all doom and gloom. There's a lot of loveliness as well, isn't there? And there's some lovely, kind people. Sometimes we tend to focus on things that aren't as good, but you've just got to try and stride over it and carry on. So that lifted my spirits. So that act of kindness that the man did has a ripple effect, because it's made me feel happy now. And it just makes you realise how happy it can make you when you make somebody else happy. And that certainly is how I felt yesterday when I'd got my lovely piece of china from my friend Sashi. She'd brought that back from China for me. So how lovely is that, with the goldfish on? Well, I've got my mug today with ladybirds on, so I'll have a quick drink. So I thought I'll put a dress on. I've put a little brooch on because I don't like low-cut dresses. It's just something that I've never felt comfortable wearing. I've stuck my hair up out the way, no makeup on, you know, no particular way of doing my hair or anything, and I just come on here. I don't, you know, get myself ready to come on. You'll see me with my pyjamas on, or gardening clothes on, just anything. And sometimes, you know, I've combed my hair in the morning and never touched it again, because I don't want anything false, really. I don't want anybody to think that I do love lipstick, and sometimes I'll come on and I'll have lipstick on, because most days I do put lipstick on. At one time, if I'd got lipstick, perfume and some nice shoes, I'd be as happy as Larry. But now I'm afraid it's lipstick, perfume, but comfortable shoes. And that's how it is. I've washed all the 20 pence pillowcases, and they've come up lovely. So I'm very pleased about that. And it's made me think about years ago, you know, Victorian times and before, if somebody had passed away, they'd leave different things to their friends and family, and there'd also be like an itinerary of, if that's the right word, of all the shackles and goods, which would be, you know, if they'd got any property or land, or you know, it'd probably have something like chiming clock or grandfather clock, and also amongst that would be linens. So people would leave linens to either their family or friends, or it'd just be part of the estate. Linens were so important, and that's what I was trying to say the other day, that things were very important and they were kept, whereas nowadays, and in some ways it's been good for me, because people get rid of such a lot of things like linens, and that's why I can go to the clearance charity shop, and I can pick pillowcases up for 20p, wash them and use them for making quilts. I'll just go and fetch a quilt and show you what I mean. Talk amongst yourselves. This is the type of thing. So this is all done by hand, which is unusual for me. everything's done by hand. I usually do some of it by hand and then fasten it on by machine, but this is all by hand. And these materials are all second hand. Even the backing is second hand, and it just shows there's even a piece of material there with a printed number on it, and I've used it. Sometimes if it's material that's got the salvage edge and the maker and designer on, I'll keep it. I'll just fetch something else, talk amongst yourselves. The stool that I covered, that's got it on. I've left it on. Designed in the United Kingdom. I just think it's a nice thing to do. But yes, going back to throwaway society that we've got now, but I think more people are buying second hand now than they used to be. It's from the likes of eBay, and I think is it Craigslist in another country, and also now we've got Vinted that's been going quite a few years, and I think people are selling things on Vinted and buying things on Vinted, so that's better than them going into landfill. They're having a second chance. And when you think about children in particular, they're literally in some clothes for a few weeks. If you think about it, they have spurts of growth, don't they, every year? So they don't keep anything for more than a few months, and it's good that it's passed on rather than going into the bin. Well, that's what I think anyway. But I just want to say thank you very much for, you know, all the support that I've had, my new subscribers, and not forgetting the ones that have been with me from the start, and the supportive subscribers that I've had, you know, the lovely subscribers that you know, they've given me a bit of information about the life, and some of the subscribers that have got their own channels, and that have mentioned my channel. And I'd like to thank all of you really, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have achieved what I've done now, you know. So thanks ever such a lot, because you've really made my life a nicer place to be. Not that it wasn't nice anyway, but I think you know what I mean. Right, lots of love, and I'm so pleased it's raining. Never thought I'd say that. Take care. Bye.